Have you ever stopped to think about how many ideas about money you've been carrying since childhood, without ever questioning if they really make sense? Maybe phrases like, "Money doesn't bring happiness," "If you're born poor, you'll die poor," or "You have to work yourself to exhaustion to have something in life still echo in your mind." And the most curious part is that, even without realizing it, these beliefs shape your decisions, influence your feelings, and determine how far you're able to prosper. Today, we're going to talk about something powerful: how to reprogram these old beliefs about money and build a new financial mindset, one that can open doors to prosperity, especially after the age of 40. Science has already shown that our beliefs are not just random ideas. They work like mental programs running in the subconscious. Neuroscience studies reveal that around 95% of our daily decisions don't come from the rational mind, but from automatic patterns. In other words, it's not a lack of effort or intelligence that prevents someone from prospering. It's the silent force of the beliefs engraved throughout life. We are rarely rational when it comes to money. We make decisions based on emotions, mental shortcuts, and old narratives we inherited from family, society, and our own personal history. And how do these beliefs get installed? Imagine a child hearing repeatedly that money is dirty or that honest people never get rich. They grow up absorbing those phrases as absolute truths. When they become adults, even if rationally they want to earn more, their subconscious might sabotage that movement. It's like driving a car with the handbrake on. You step on the gas, but you don't move forward. That's why so many people work hard, put in overtime, and push themselves, but feel like financial progress never arrives. This is where tools like neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, come in. Created in the 1970s by Richard Bandler and John Grinder, NLP studies how patterns of language and thought shape our reality. In practice, it teaches us that we can reprogram our minds just like rewriting the code of a software. If for years you've been mentally repeating that money is hard, NLP can help replace that pattern with a new belief. Money is energy that flows easily when I create value. This simple shift, reinforced with visualization and anchoring techniques, has the power to transform the way you act and the way you perceive opportunities. Another powerful tool is hypnosis. Often misunderstood, modern hypnosis is used in clinics, hospitals, and even by renowned psychologists to access the subconscious and modify deeply rooted patterns. There are already many reports of people who, after hypnosis sessions, managed to overcome deep blocks related to money. For example, someone who unconsciously believed that becoming wealthy would make them the target of envy and rejection from family could reframe that memory, freeing themselves to prosper without guilt. Milton Erickson, considered the father of modern hypnosis, used to say that every human being already possesses within themselves the resources necessary to change. Hypnosis simply opens the door to access those resources, and of course, we can't leave coaching aside, which works as a structured process to transform beliefs into actions. Coaching helps a person become aware of limiting patterns, set realistic goals, and create practical strategies to replace old habits. It's like having a personal trainer for your financial mind, someone who guides you, provokes reflection, and walks with you until you achieve autonomy. Now, think about the damages of carrying old and negative beliefs about money. They are many, and we can list at least 7. First, loss of opportunities. How many times has someone avoided investing, starting a business, or even asking for a raise because they believed they didn't deserve it? Second, the cycle of debt. The belief that money comes in and money goes out creates automatic spending behaviors that keep a person always in the red. Third, self-sabotage. People who believe that the rich are greedy may, without realizing it, push away opportunities to earn more, just to avoid becoming what they consider wrong. Fourth, chronic stress. Negative beliefs generate anxiety and insomnia because the mind stays trapped in a cycle of fear and scarcity. Fifth, damaged relationships. How many couples fight because they carry different beliefs about money? For one, spending means freedom. For the other, it means irresponsibility. Sixth, low self-esteem. Those who believe that there's no way out or that it's too late to change lose the spark to even try, carrying with them a constant sense of failure. Seventh, a poor legacy. Old beliefs don't affect only you. They spread to children and grandchildren, perpetuating cycles of struggle. But fortunately, if the damages are big, the benefits of reprogramming these beliefs are even greater. Imagine being able to see money not as an enemy, but as an ally. Imagine feeling peace instead of anxiety when you open your bank statement. Imagine teaching your children and grandchildren that prosperity is not a sin, but rather a reflection of the value we bring to the world. Reprogramming beliefs means conquering freedom of choice, the ability to travel, invest, help someone, or simply live without the constant weight of financial worry. It also means building healthier relationships, because money stops being a reason for conflict and becomes a tool for unity. Real stories reinforce this truth. Oprah Winfrey, for example, grew up in extreme poverty, constantly hearing that she had no chance of prospering. But instead of accepting those beliefs, she decided to reprogram her vision of the world. She herself says that she began repeating daily affirmations of power, declaring that she was worthy of abundance. Today, she not only became one of the richest and most influential women on the planet, but also inspires millions of people to believe in their potential. Another case is J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter, who lived for years in debt, raising her daughter as a single mother, but never allowed the belief that poverty is destiny to dominate her life. On the contrary, she cultivated the conviction that her stories had value, and the result is well known. She became a billionaire through her books. Ask yourself, what beliefs are you still carrying that no longer serve you? What phrases do you repeat without even realizing it? Do you believe it's too late to change after 40? Or that you just need to accept life the way it is? These are questions that deserve silence, reflection, and honesty, because only when we recognize what has been engraved in us can we begin to write something new. Several authors have already spoken about the power of financial beliefs. Napoleon Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, wrote that whatever the human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Joe Dispenza, neuroscientist and author, shows in his books that by changing thoughts and the emotions attached to them, we literally redesign the neural connections in the brain. In other words, when you consciously decide to reprogram your beliefs about money, you are physically remodeling your brain to prosper. It's not magic, it's science. Financial coaching cases also show impressive transformations. People who carried scarcity beliefs, once they worked on their inner narratives, managed to pay off debts, multiply their income, and most importantly, regain their self-esteem. Because prosperity is not just about numbers, it's about identity. When you believe you deserve it, your behavior changes. You seek more knowledge, make better choices, and attract people and opportunities aligned with this new vision. In conclusion, reprogramming old beliefs about money is more than just a mental exercise. It is a journey of liberation. It is recognizing that maybe you are not to blame for what you learned, but you are responsible for what you choose to keep believing. It is looking back with compassion, but choosing to look forward with courage. And remember, after 40, you are not at the end of the road. You are at the peak of your experience, with enough maturity to discern and enough strength to start again. Money doesn't have to be a burden. It can be an instrument of freedom, purpose, and legacy. So let me ask you, which belief about money will you decide to reprogram starting today? Like what you saw? Then don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe with the bell on so you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. And there's more. Your financial journey doesn't end here. Check out the link below in the first pinned comment and keep moving forward.